Assalamu alaikum students. I hope so you all are doing good. Okay, student, this one is about basically our week 9. It's not the week 10. This one is about decision-making process. Now, what's the concept of decision-making process and where we can use and how we can take the different decisions as per the requirement of different problems. This is what we will discuss in this week. Okay, now when we are talking about decision-making process, what's the concept of decision making? First, we have to find out what are the learning objectives that we have to cover in this session. Like first one is about decision making process. Another one is, this is what we will discuss in the first session. Managers making the decisions and types of problems and decision making conditions. So these are the different things that we will discuss in this session. The decision making process, managers at all level. Okay, generally, if you want to discuss about this concept, so decision-making process kya hai? Decision-making is process whenever we are talking about word process, that means we are, you can say we have to follow the different set of steps in the form of set of sequence that we have to follow. Different set of steps hain jo humne perform karne hain. So whenever we want to take the decision, and that must be effective and efficient decision, for that reason we have to go through from the different set of steps. So managers at all level in all areas of organization make the decisions. That is, they make the choices. For instance, top level managers make the decisions about their organizational goals. Middle level, they have to make the decisions about the production, quality, how, where we have to pay the raise the pay and employee disciplines and all that. And making the decision is not something that just manager do. It's all about the organizational members make decisions that affect the jobs and the organization they work for. So overall it affects, overall आपके जो decisions होते हैं, चाहे वो top ले, middle ले, lower level management ले, overall आपकी performance को, आपकी organization को, उसकी prestige को affect करते हैं. But our focus in this chapter is on how manager make the decisions, that how a manager can take the decisions. Okay, whenever we are talking about the different set of steps that we will cover or we have to cover in the decision-making process, what we have to know is we have different set of steps. Like first we have to identify the problem, then we have to identify the decision criteria. That means what will be the set of standards, what will be the different, you can say, decision criteria on the basis of which then we have to you can say we have to cover or we have to follow the set of steps just to take the better type of or just to take that decision. So allocating the weight to the criteria, then you have to allocate the weight to the criteria, like whatever the best thing is on priority base, you have to make the, you can say, priorities for that criteria. कि इस base पे अगर आपका काम हुआ होगा, just like A, B, C and grade हम जैसे define करते हैं, तो इसी तरह we have to allocate the criteria, then you have to develop the alternatives, then you have to go for the different alternatives, how you can go for it, and next one is how you can analyze the alternative. Then you have to go for analysis of the alternatives. आप पहले different alternatives select करेंगे, फिर उनको analyze करेंगे, and then you have to select the alternative, which one is the best one. Generally, this is what we have discussed in the last session as well. Like whatever the alternative, हम एक रास्ते से भी, दूसरे से भी और तीसरे से भी जा सकते हैं. Which one is the best one? So on the basis of effectiveness and efficiency, we have to analyze that alternative. Which one is the best one we have to select? And that best one is definitely that is on the basis of a number of positive, we can say, effects or influences, or what we can say positive output. जितने ज्यादा उसकी strength ज्यादा होंगी, weaknesses कम होंगी, तो that can be the one of the best alternatives. So we have to go for that one, and then implementing the alternative, then we have to implement that alternative. So this is what it's known as, what we can say, different. It's about decision making process, and at the end, whatever we have evaluating or whatever we have evaluated, after implementation we have to, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, हर process के अंदर last one is about controlling and feedback. Then you have to go for the controlling and feedback. So just like if someone, just we have to take the example of if someone wants to purchase a laptop. So what we have to, first of all, we have to identify the problem, like my sales reps need new computers. That is the issue. So what we have to do, we have to make the criteria, like मेमोरी एंड स्टोरेज क्या होगी, डिस्प्ले क्वालिटी, बैटरी लाइफ, वारंटी एंड कैरिंग वेट क्या होंगे एंड ऑल दैट. सो ये सारी चीजों की बेस पे वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द how we can purchase and what type of new laptop we have to purchase. So allocating the weightage to the criteria. So these are the decisions that we have taken regarding all these things. Memory and storage. Just like when we want to go for, generally what we have to do is like when we are going for allocating the weighted criteria, we have to give the weight to the different criterias like memory and storage. That is the most important thing. First we have to go for it. Then battery life उसकी कितनी होनी चाहिए, carrying weight क्या होना चाहिए, warranty क्या होनी चाहिए, display quality. So this is how we can make the priorities of different things, and we have given the different weightage to that specific to all these things on the basis of criteria. Developing the alternatives, how we can like HP ProBook के point of view से जा सकते हैं, Sony के point of view से जा सकते हैं, Lenovo के point of view से, Apple and all that. So these are the different alternatives that we can select as comparative to someone specific, you can say, brand. So some specific brand. So analyzing the criteria, then you have to analyze the alternatives. में से which one is the best one? तो वो as per this criteria आप इनके साथ क्या कर सकते हैं, इनको मैच कर सकते हैं. Which one is the best one? जो आपको बेस्ट इस क्राइटेरिया के बेस पे आपको बेस्ट आउटपुट दे रहा है, दैट मीन्स बेस्ट आपके फिजिबिलिटी है, फिजिबल है, आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग है, तो यू हैव टू गो फॉर दैट वन. तो आप वो वाले सिलेक्ट कर लेंगे एंड देन यू हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट, दैट मीन्स आप उनको परचेज करेंगे एंड देन यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व वेदर दैट डिसीजन इज एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट और नॉट, राइट. So this is just like what we can say, आपने ये वाला select किया on the basis of positive and what we can say on the basis of memory and storage, battery life and all that. तो Dell आपको comparatively better output देता है, feasible भी होता है, तो you have to go for it. So this is all about decision making process, and this one is the example on the basis of which you can go for it. तो इस एग्जाम्पल को आप इसी तरह कोई भी एग्जाम्पल लेके उसको प्रैक्टिकली कोड कर सकते हैं. बट whenever you are going for it, मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है, तो you have to mention all these steps as well. ये नहीं कि आप ये वाले स्टेप्स मेंशन ही ना करें, आप जर्नल उसमें आपने एंड पे जो है वो, और ये सेट ऑफ स्टेप्स जो हैं वो एक सीक्वेंस में है. अगर आगे पीछे सीक्वेंस होगा तो इट्स नॉट फिजिबल. जस्ट यू कैन अज्यूम कि अच्छा हम डिसीजन क्राइटेरिया बाद में बनाएं और पहले एनालाइज कर लें ऑल्टरनेटिव, और ऑल्टरनेटिव सेलेक्ट ही नहीं किया और पहले एनालाइज कर लें. सो दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे. So what we have to do is we have to go in the sequence. So these are the different examples as well with specific example. This one is the explanation of different set of steps. So we have already discussed about all these things. That means first of all we have to identify the problem. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है उसके लिए जस्ट लाइक यहाँ पे ये एग्जांपल है, इससे आप लोग गो थ्रू हो जाइएगा. कोई भी जो प्रॉब्लम है उसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से यू हैव टू गो फॉर इट. फर्स्ट यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट व्हाट्स द रीजन, व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम. जैसे आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है whenever you are talking about, okay, second one is about we have to identify the decision criteria. We have to find out whatever the criteria is. Just a second, students. Okay, first we have identify the problem. That means whatever the problem is, जो भी है, as per this example, we have already discussed about that problem, right? And we have, you can say, complete explanation about that specific problem. Now, what we have to do is we have to go for the decision criteria. कि हमने क्या डिसीजन लेना है specifically, what will be the, you can say, and decision criteria is also known as we can find out the solution. What's the solution regarding that problem? So what's the problem is, what will be the solution, and for that solution what we have to do. That means different आपने allocate the weight to the criteria. जो आपने specific criteria, ये जो specific solution आपने find out किया है, उसको एक सेट ऑफ स्टेप्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आपने किस सीक्वेंस में लेके चलना है और उसको क्या आपने वेटेज देनी है. So that is about third one. Next one is about develop the alternatives. We have already discussed number of times about different alternatives. First, we have to find out the alternatives. What are the different alternatives? Just like we have discussed in this example as well. So we have to find out the alternative, then we have to analyze the alternative. How we can analyze? Already we have discussed, that means what are the different number of, what we can say, positive and negative points regarding any alternative, regarding any path, or regarding any decision. We have to find out, and which is more feasible, and for implementation point of view, which is more suitable. On the basis of strength and weaknesses, we have to find out. So this is all about analysis of alternatives. Then we have to go for the selection of the alternatives. The sixth step in the decision-making process is choosing the best alternative, or the one that generated the highest total in step 5. That means, again, which has the maximum, what we can say, strength, that is about, you can say, that is one of the best alternative. Then you have to go for, just like this one is in that specific example, this one is the best alternative that we have selected. And the basic reason was, again, overall strength, overall positive points की basis पे हमने इसको select किया. So next one is about step 7. It's about implementation of the alternatives. So when we have to go for the implementation of alternatives, so whatever the best solution or the best alternative, we have to implement that alternative. And the last thing is about, then we have to go for evaluation of decision effectiveness. Whatever the solution, whatever the alternative that we have implemented, whether that is effective or not, but whether that is efficient or not, this is what we have to evaluate right now. That means, ऑलरेडी जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि जितने भी आपके सेट ऑफ स्टेप्स होते हैं, जितने भी आपके प्रोसेस होते हैं, चाहे वो डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस है, चाहे प्लानिंग में है, चाहे आप एमबीओ के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जाते हैं, सबके एंड पे व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज यू हैव टू गो फॉर द फीडबैक, यू हैव टू गो फॉर द मॉनिटरिंग, एंड यू हैव टू गो फॉर evaluation. So the last thing is about evaluation of decision effectiveness, whether it's effective or efficient or not. So that is all about what we can say decision-making process. Next one is about managers making the decisions. And most of the time, manager can take the decisions on the basis of what we can say basic functions of management. And basic functions of management की जब हम बात करते हैं, student, you people know very well, that is about planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. And this is what we will discuss in the next session, second session for this session. Thank you so much, class.